Okay, for this project I'm using a size I9 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, and I'm using regular 4-ply yarn. It's in a worsted weight acrylic, but you can use any 4-ply yarn that you have. Okay, you want to start off with a chain of 4. And then we're going to slip stitch into the first one to form a ring. And then we want to do a chain of 3. And that counts as our first double crochet. So we want to do 11 more through the center of the ring. So we'll have a total of 12 counting that chain 3. Okay, once you get your 12 double crochets, counting that chain 3, you want to slip stitch into the top of the beginning chain 3, close that round out, then you want to chain 3 again. This time around we're going to put 2 double crochets in every stitch around. So this is going to count as our first one, so we're going to go right back into the same stitch, do another. And then we're going to work our way around, putting 2 double crochets in each stitch for a total of 24 stitches at the end of this round. Okay, once you made it all the way back around, at the end of the second round, you want to slip stitch into the top of the chain 3, close that round off. Now we want to chain 3 again, and this time around we're going to repeat the last round. We're going to do 2 double crochets in every stitch around, just like we did last time. And at the end of this round you need to have a total of 48 stitches. So just 2 in every stitch all the way around. Okay, at the end of that third round, after you counted and you see that you have, make sure you have 48 stitches, go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3, and then I'm going to clip my yarn and tie off. And that's what we got so far. I'm going to pull that tail there at the beginning, and it will make that circle smaller there. See, it closed it right up. Okay, now I'm going to switch colors, and I'm going to do this square border around it. So you can start in any stitch that you want, doesn't matter. Just go on in and go through that slip knot on your hook, chain 3, go back into the exact same stitch and do a double crochet. So that chain 3 counts as a double, so that's like having 2 doubles there. And then we're going to chain 2, and then we're going to go back in the exact same stitch and do 2 more doubles. So what we just formed is a corner. All the corners are going to be 2 doubles, chain 2, and 2 doubles. Now we need to do 1 double crochet in the next 11 stitches. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we want to, after we did 11 double crochets, we want to form another corner. So in the next stitch we want to do 2 double crochet in the same stitch, chain 2, and then in the same stitch 2 more doubles. Like that. And that's our second corner. Now we want to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 11 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then in the next stitch we want to do our corner of 2 doubles, a chain 2, and 2 doubles, all in the same stitch. And then we want to do 1 double crochet in each of the next 11 stitches again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and then we need to do in the next stitch our corner again, 2 double crochet, chain 2, and 2 more doubles, and that forms our last corner. And now what we want to do, we should have 11 stitches here. We want to put a double crochet in each of them. Okay, I finished doing them last 11, and now I want to just slip stitch in the top of that beginning chain 3, and then I can tie them off. Pull out my corners, and that's what we got so far. Okay, now I'm gonna do his ears up here in the corners. So I'm going to start with a slip knot on my hook. Okay, right here where we did our corner piece, these 2 stitches right here, there's going to be a little this little thing right in between them. That's what I'm going to wrap my that's what I'm going to do my ear on, this piece right here. So here's the corner, follow it down, and there's 2 together right in between here. So what I'm going to do is go right in that with the slip knot on my hook, and I'm going to go ahead and pull through that slip knot on my hook. Like that. And I'm going to do a chain 3, and that's going to count as a double crochet. So I want to have a total of 12 double crochets. I'm just going to go right in that same spot, in that little bitty stitch thing that we were going through. We need to do 12 double crochets, counting that chain 3. So there's 3, 4, 5. I'm going to do this one over real quick. Okay, there's 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It starts to get tight, but that's fine. Oh. 11, and 12. And then I'm gonna put my yarn. I'm gonna clip a little bit of a long piece because I'm gonna tie it down a little bit. Okay, so we got that. And what I'm gonna do is this long piece that I clipped, I'm gonna put a yarn needle on it. And I'm just gonna kind of sew it in place just at the corners. So right up here where the two colors meet, I'm just gonna go in and just make a little stitch there to hold it down. And then I'm just gonna go and hide my tail in the back. This yarn I'm using isn't very easy to work with. It keeps tangling and stuff. And then the beginning tail that I had, I'm gonna do the same thing with that on the other end. Man. I'm just gonna weave it over here to the corner like that. And then I'm gonna just pin it down right here where the two colors meet, just like I did the other one. Don't have to be pinned tight, just enough so the ends aren't gonna flap up. And then I'm gonna hide my tail in the back. I do not like this yarn at all. And then I'll just clip my ends off here. Okay. So that's one ear. And now I'm gonna do the same thing I just did over here on this. Here's this corner. I'll follow it down to here, and I'm gonna be using this one little strand string right here. And I'm gonna start with the slip knot again. Oh. And I'm gonna go through that one little string through the slip knot on my hook. And then I'm gonna chain 3, and that's gonna count as my first double. And then I want to have a total of 12, all in that same spot. And then I'll pin down the corners of each ear like I did before. Okay, now I want to make the snout. So I'm going to move this to the side, and I'm going to start with the slip knot. And I'm going to do a chain 4 and slip stitch in the first to form a ring. Chain 3, and then I need to do 11 more double crochets through the center. So counting that chain 3, we'll have a total of 12 double crochets. Once you get your 12, go ahead and slip stitch into the top of your beginning chain 3 and cut it your slack, but cut it kind of long so we can sew it on to our square. And then if you have a hole in the center, you can pull this tight, and usually it'll make that smaller like that. Now I'm going to use my yarn needle to sew this on. Kind of like pull it like that to make it a little bit oblong. This is what I do. And you sew it on wherever you think it needs to go. Sew it around the stitches nice and neat. by pulling it tight like that, I made it a little bit, not quite so round. Kind of like a pig snout, I guess. I guess they're kind of semi-roundish, ovalish. I don't know. I used to have a potbelly pig. But I got rid of him. I gave him to someone that, or sold him to someone that has a bigger farm. Be more land for him to run on. Okay, then you just want to decide your tail from this piece in the back from sewing it on. Oh. And then I'm going to take another piece of yarn and I'm going to make a couple of slits for his nose. I'm just going to go from the back right down and on the other side, just about the same spot if you can. Kind of like that, and then also this piece onto the back, hide my tail from that piece. And then one more thing I'm going to do is add a couple eyes. And you can use buttons if you want, or if you have googly eyes will look pretty cute. If you want to put them on, I would definitely use hot glue for them. You could use felt for eyes. I'm just going to use a piece of yarn and just sew on a couple little eyes, just wherever you want to put them. I don't have any Google eyes or anything right now. I don't really know how to do this very well. I'm not really that good at embroidering. Never was. I can do ribbon embroidering, but regular embroidering, I don't know. My stuff always turns out looking funny. And then you just, once you get your eyes sewed on. That was my kid running in here. I think that'll work. Looks a little silly, I guess, but not too bad. Sew in your strings from your eyes. Make sure all your tails are sewed in. And that's it. That's how you do it. It's pretty easy. It's pretty cute. That's all there is to it. And I hope you were able to follow along okay. It was pretty easy to do. So, and if you make these little squares or make a bag or something out of them, or a blanket, I'd really like to see it. You can post a picture on the Bagoday Crochet Facebook page. I'll put a link below in the description box. And please don't forget to subscribe to my channel so I can keep making tutorials, trying to build my channel up a little bit. And until next time, have a good day.